God bless the United States.
Bob, really, to be honest with you,
Sure, I want you to.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes,
because I don't want to create a panic.
Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. And this is their new hoax. But, you know, we did something that's been pretty amazing. We're 15 people in this massive country. And because of the fact that we went early, we could have had a lot more than that.
The pandemic has killed 145,000 Americans.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%.
America will again and soon be open for business, very soon, a lot sooner than 3 or 4 months that somebody was suggesting. Very soon. These elections will be fraudulent. They'll be fixed. They'll be rigged.
Calling our election into question is one of the most un-American things that a president can do.
And everyone knows it. Smart people know it. Stupid people may not know it.
The reason he wants you to think the election is fixed is because he's on course to lose.
First of all, I'm not losing.
At this point, you're losing.
First of all, I'm not losing.
You're losing.
I'm not losing.
Losing.
I'm not losing. Those are fake polls.
You're losing.
First of all, the Fox polls, whoever does your Fox polls, they're among the worst. I love your show. I'm not a big fan of Fox. I love your show. I watch it all the time.
I'm not saying you're going to lose. I am not saying that. We saw how you turned it around last time.
I don't think I'm going to lose at all.
But if you did, how crushing would it be to you?
First of all, let me just tell you something. I think mail-in voting is going to rig the election. I really do.
Are you suggesting that you might not accept the results of the election?
I have to see. Look.
Can you give a direct answer? You will accept the election?
I have to see.
You will accept the election?
I have to see.
You will accept the election?
I have to see. Look.
I got a vote to rig.
Voting is a great thing.
I don't want two Democratic pheasant pluckers sitting in my throne again.
Voting's not good for me.
The pandemic has killed 145,000 Americans.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is. It is what it is.
1,000 Americans are dying a day.
Look, we're last. It is what it is.
1,000 Americans are dying a day.
It is what it is. It's under control.
Who says that?
Darling, is the wind blowing today?
Read the manuals. Read the books.
Manual?
They are dying. That's true. It is what it is.
The pandemic has killed 145,000 Americans.
I think we've done an incredible job.
Stable genius, so I don't need science. I got Fox and Friends.
There's talk that Joe Biden's going to announce his vice president either today or tomorrow. Who should he pick?
First of all, he roped himself into, a certain group of people, which
he said
is
he had to
fine.
pick a woman.
He said that, and, some people would say that men are insulted by that, and some people would say it's fine. I don't know. Some people would say that men are insulted by that. Men are insulted by that. I don't know. I don't know.
It's going to be gratifying to see the strong, enthusiastic reaction to Senator Harris as our next vice president. It comes from all over, except, of course, from Donald Trump.
One of the reasons that surprised me, she was probably nastier than even Pocahontas.
You all knew it was coming.
The meanest.
You could have set your watches to it.
Most horrible, most disrespectful of anybody in the U.S. Senate.
A lot of critics have said that this is sexist comments from the president. We've also heard that there are potential dog whistles hinting at racism in some of the comments that he makes towards women. But you have a lot of critics saying that this is not the time for that in terms of trying to unify the country here.
I'm a narcissist, an egotist, misogynist too.
Let me tell you, as somebody who has presented my fair share of arguments in court, the case against Donald Trump and Mike Pence is open and shut.
I'm a narcissist and egotist misogynist too. 20 million for the Secret Service using my loo.
Are you racist?
I am the least racist person that you have ever met.
You putting what you're calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
Kill the person. Heather hired Charlottesville. They showed up in Charlottesville to protest.
Excuse me, they didn't put themselves down as you. And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Have you heard the president use the N-word? Yeah. I don't think that should surprise anybody given how virulently racist he is today.
Are you racist?
I am the least racist person that you have ever met. Okay. Racist.
Was birtherism racist? Look, I wasn't really involved in that.
What I've done for African Americans, no president has been able to do anything like. Okay. Racist.
President Trump has openly floated an idea that has never happened in this country's history, delaying the presidential election.
He's an idiot.
He wrote, with universal mail-in voting, 2020 will be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. By the way, he makes that charge on no factual basis. Delay the election until people can properly, securely, and safely vote.
He's an idiot.
This president is delegitimizing and undermining an election yet to be held in which polls show he's in real trouble.
First of all, I'm not losing.
You're losing.
I'm not losing.
Losing.
I'm not losing.
He's an idiot.
I don't think it's just be up to the president with a tweet to decide when the election is going to happen. It sows chaos, and chaos is bad for the stock market.
Can Donald Trump cancel Election Day or postpone Election Day? And the answer is no, he can't. We're going to have an election on November 3rd. Congress is given the authority to set election. And the 20th Amendment to the Constitution says Donald Trump's term would still expire on January 20th, 2021.
But I think postponing elections is it's not a very good thing. I think postponing is unnecessary.
He's an idiot.
Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's not a war hero. I like people that weren't captured, okay? No, I don't take responsibility at all. I don't know what I said. I like people that weren't captured. No, I don't take responsibility at all. No, I don't take responsibility at all.
In the Fox poll, they asked people who is more competent, whose mind is sounder. Biden beats you in that.
Well, I tell you what. I'm a very stable genius. Let him take the same test that I took.
Incidentally, I took the test too when I heard that you passed it.
Yeah, how did you do it?
Well, it's not the hardest test.
No, but
there's a picture and it says, what's that? And it's an elephant.
No, Daddy.
It's an elephant.
No, Daddy. Yeah, you see, that's all misrepresentation.
Well, that's what it was on the web.
I'm a very stable genius. I tell you what.
And tapes first obtained by the Washington Post and secretly recorded by the president's niece. The president's sister criticizes the president for lying, lambasts his job performance, and says he's out only for himself.
This goddamn tweet and the lying. Oh my God, I'm talking too freely, but you know, the change of stories, the lack of preparation, the lying, the holy.
Judge Barry also says the president had someone take his exams before he transferred to Wharton, and according to the Washington Post, he says, quote, Donald is cruel. It's a particularly relevant development given that the president's sister is basically repeating the arguments we heard from Democrat after Democrat at their convention last week, where Joe Biden's central argument seemed to be that he is empathetic and decent and the president is not.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut. If you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut. How many of you did really well with that $1.9 trillion tax cut that increased? Really good shape, right? Really changed your. Well, you did. Well, that's good. I'm glad to see you're doing well already, and I'm good. But guess what? If you elect me, you're not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut. If you benefit from that.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. I'm about law and order.
I want to make it absolutely clear. Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. It's lawlessness, plain and simple. And those who do it should be prosecuted.
Joe Biden is able to do two things at once. He's able to condemn the violence and also talk about the need for reform.
Do you believe systemic racism is a problem in this country?
Well, you just keep getting back to the opposite subject.
Donald Trump won't talk about the other side of things, refuses to even discuss systemic racism. And the only thing he said about the 29-year-old that got shot is that he feels quite terribly for anyone who has to go through that.
Some about law and order.
Fires are burning and we have a president who fans the flames. His failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is.
You think you know Joe Biden. You've heard about his 36 years in the U.S. Senate, his 8 years as Barack Obama's vice president. You know he's got a sense of humor, and like all of us, makes the occasional gaffe. You know him as a guy who never forgot his humble blue-collar beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and of his years commuting every day from home in Delaware to his job in Washington. But you might not know the story of Joe as a father. In 1972, 30-year-old Joe Biden lost his beloved wife and 15-month-old daughter Nellie in a horrific car crash. The same tragic accident badly injured his 2 young boys. Confronted with this crushing loss, Joe Biden became a single father. His children tell his story more poignantly than we can.
As a single parent, he decided to be there, to put us to bed, to be there when we woke up from a bad dream, to make us breakfast. So he traveled to and from Washington 4 hours a day.
When the boys cried for their mother and sister, it was Joe who comforted them and dried their tears. When their knees were skinned and bloodied, it was Joe who cleaned and bandaged them. Parent-teacher conferences, Joe was there. When help was needed with homework and report cards were read, Joe Biden was there. Because when Joe Biden makes a commitment, he always sees it through.
Mr. President, after 3.5 years, do you regret at all the lying you've done to the American people? On
All the what?
everything? All the lying, all the dishonesties.
That who has done?
You have done. Tens of thousands.
Go ahead, please.
Do you regret at all the lying you have done?
I don't take responsibility at all. No, I don't take responsibility at all. Please, Russia, please!
What's the single most important thing you think the country needs to know about your uncle?
He's utterly incapable of leading this country. And it's dangerous to allow him to do so, based on what I've seen my entire adult life.
And if you're in the Oval Office today, what would you say to him?
Resign.
You know I'm totally off script right now. The Green New Deal, right? Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television, darling. Russia, please, if you can, get us Hillary Clinton's emails. Please, Russia, please. He asked Russia to go get the emails. We're going to look into his finance. I said, where did that come from? He always talked about Russia. The Attorney General says, I'm going to recuse myself. And I said, why the hell didn't he tell me that before I put him in? Russia, 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 Russia. My wife said, you never spoke to anybody from Russia, darling. I said, that's right. President Trump is waiting for the Mueller report. He's bad. He's a bad guy. But you know what I like about this? Number one, I'm in love, and you're in love. We're all in love together. We've done something that nobody's ever done. Hey, Don, how you doing? Hey, Donnie. I love you, Donnie. For 35 years now, they call Mr. President, sir. How are you? Trains to Hawaii. How do you get to Europe? We haven't figured that one out yet. We don't use airplanes anymore. Is doing well, except, of course, for the never-Trumpers. But they are on mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You don't get rich by sitting behind a desk, so I didn't want to do that. And I'm in the White House, and I was lonely. I said, let's go to Iraq. Okay, General Raisin Cane, how fast can... Sir, we can have it totally finished in 1 week. I said, 1 week? And yet I see senators that are there for 20 years. White hair. See, I don't have white hair. Yes, I agree with this. This speech should have been delivered 1 year from now, not now, damn it. Because they're going to grip together. They're going to say, you know, this guy's really laying for us. I should have saved the Pocahontas thing for another year. Instead, we believe in free speech. including online and including on campus. Today, I'm proud to announce that I will be very soon signing an executive order requiring colleges and universities to support free speech if they want federal research dollars. Who does this? Other countries say, get the hell out of here. They will execute the baby after birth. Donald Trump should not, under any circumstances. They're trying to take you out with bullshit, okay? With bullshit. God bless the United States. The United States. The United States. And my hair's blowing around.
25th Amendment, they should probably invoke. If I shoot you on 5th Avenue, I'll say it was a joke. Stuck a cap on my toupee, everybody's screaming Donald. They'd probably make me emperor if I want, to be honest. I'm a narcissist, an egotist, misogynist too. 20 million for the Secret Service using my loo.